By request, Kick-Ass Facts, Albinism. Pew, pew, pew! Albinism is a genetic disorder characterized by a complete or partial absence of a pigment called melanin in the skin, hair, and eyes. It is also known as hypopigmentation. It's a rare disorder, estimated that only 1 in 20,000 people are born with albinism each year. People with albinism tend to have several eye problems, including impaired vision even after wearing glasses, photophobia or sensitivity to light, and may even demonstrate involuntary eye movements. Most people with albinism have parents who are only carriers of the gene but do not have the symptoms themselves. Infants with albinism may appear to develop more slowly than other infants, but that's due to visual problems. They do later develop the ability to cope. Different gene defects characterize the numerous types of albinism. Types of albinism include oculocutaneous albinism, OCA, thank goodness there's an acronym. OCA affects the skin, hair, and eyes. Around 1 in 70 people have a mutation in an OCA gene. There are several subtypes of OCA. People with OCA1A have a complete absence of melanin. People with this subtype have white hair, very pale skin, and light eyes. OCA1B produce some melanin. They have light-colored skin, hair, and eyes. This coloring may increase as they age. OCA2 is less severe than OCA1. People with OCA2 are born with light coloring and skin. Their hair may be yellow, blonde, or light brown. People with OCA3 have reddish-brown hair, reddish hair, and hazel or brown eyes. It usually affects people with dark skin, particularly Black people in southern Africa. OCA4 commonly appears in people of East Asian descent. People with OCA4 have symptoms like those of people with OCA2. OCA5, 6, and 7 are very rare subtypes of OCA. Ocular albinism is a result of the gene mutation on the X chromosome and occurs almost exclusively in males. People with ocular albinism have reduced coloring in the retina and iris. This condition doesn't affect skin or hair. Hermansky-Pudlak syndrome is a rare form of albinism that's caused by a defect in 1 of 10 genes. It produces symptoms similar to OCA. The syndrome occurs with the lung, bowel, and bleeding disorders, and it is most common in Puerto Rico. Chidiac-Higashi syndrome is another rare form of albinism. It also produces symptoms similar to OCA, but it may not affect all areas of the skin. There have been fewer than 500 cases reported globally. The skin is usually creamy white to grayish. Hair is usually blonde or brown with a silvery sheen. People with this syndrome have a defect in the white blood cells, increasing their risks of infection. Griscelli syndrome is an extremely rare genetic disorder. It's caused by a defect in 1 of 3 genes. There are only around 150 known cases of the syndrome worldwide between 1978 and 2008. It occurs with albinism but may not affect the entire body, immune issues, and neurological issues. Albinism has been found in plants and animals, and Herman Melvin's famous book Moby Dick is based on a real whale with albinism known as Mocha Dick.